Ladies and gentlemen, if someone told you that roads could be built using old tires, roads that are cheaper, stronger, and environmentally friendly, you might think it's a joke. But in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore has launched such a unique project that it has captured the world's attention. Yes, old, useless, discarded tires are being laid down on the ground, and roads are being constructed on top of them. And this is not just an experiment, it has become part of a complete road network. The question is, why did Ibrahim Traore adopt such an unusual method? Is it a low-cost technology? Is there some environmental strategy behind it? These are the questions that have puzzled engineers worldwide. So in this video, we will show you how this daring project is transforming Burkina Faso's future and why engineers across the globe are now trying to learn from this African nation's experience. Stay tuned. This video is going to be fascinating. Friends, this is a country burdened by loans where most of the infrastructure was old and crumbling. Roads would often get washed away in the rainy season or crack under the summer heat. The rural and urban routes were so rough and dangerous that ambulances, fire trucks, and school buses would get stuck for hours. These conditions forced Ibrahim Traore to find a solution that was low-cost, durable, and environmentally safe. That is how the idea of building roads with old rubber tires was born. Yes, the very tires that usually end up in landfills, pollute rivers and drains, or release toxic smoke when burned. Under Traore's orders, these tires were laid down in proper alignment and then covered with a special cement mixture that bonds with rubber and can withstand both heat and cold. Experts say this method is not only eco-friendly but also about 40% cheaper than traditional road construction. Moreover, these roads absorb shocks from earthquakes and heavy rains better than normal ones. Rubber has the ability to bear compression without breaking easily. That's why many small villages in Burkina Faso are now connected to major cities. Journeys that once took 5 hours can now be completed in just 1 hour. Traore didn't just push this project forward, he also created thousands of jobs for young people. From collecting old tires to cleaning, arranging, and road laying, local workers are involved at every stage. This reduced unemployment and gave people a sense of pride in their own country's progress. Interestingly, some local engineers even suggested filling the empty spaces inside the tires with sand or special plastic material to make the roads even stronger. And this method is now being tested as well. There's another interesting aspect. Through this project, Burkina Faso has reduced its dependence on imports. Normally, expensive construction materials, like bitumen and asphalt, are imported, putting pressure on the economy. But when discarded local materials like old tires are used, the financial burden decreases. This clever move allowed Traore to dodge international economic pressure. Now the world is watching. Delegations from African countries like Mali, Niger, and Chad have already visited Burkina Faso to study this road model and consider adopting it. Some European environmental organizations have praised it, calling it the eco-road model. They say that even developed countries could reduce pollution significantly by applying this method in low-traffic urban areas. But for Ibrahim Traore, this is more than a road project. It is a vision of self-reliance, of trusting local resources, and of proving that even a poor nation can surprise the world if the leadership is sincere. And indeed, he has done just that. Now let's talk about the artificial canal that Ibrahim Traore has started building for farmers. This is not just a water channel. It's a dream that farmers in Burkina Faso had seen for decades. but no leader ever tried to turn into reality. In rural areas, crops would often fail due to lack of rainfall. Seeds would be sown, but without water, the land stayed barren. Families went hungry, and farmers could only look at the sky and pray. When Traore took power, he didn't come as just a politician. He came as a leader connected to the soil. He knew that if farmers prosper, the nation prospers. If the land is green, foreign reserves increase, exports rise, and Burkina Faso moves forward. With this vision, he launched a major artificial canal project. These canals will deliver water to areas that had only known thirst. They will store rainwater and distribute it to fields. Throughout the year, farmers will no longer have to wait for clouds or rely only on prayers. Water will now be within their reach. This project will not only improve agriculture but also increase food production, bring self-sufficiency, and boost foreign exchange reserves. Wheat, rice, maize, vegetables, fruits, and other crops will now be grown locally and perhaps even exported. Next, let's talk about the modern city that Ibrahim Traore is building in the heart of Burkina Faso. This is not just a dream, it's a reality taking shape day by day. A country where homes once remained dark even during the daytime, where mothers cooked on firewood and children studied under lantern light, is now building a city that will run entirely on solar energy. Eco-friendly modern hub powered only by the sun. No electric poles, no dependence on oil or gas, no crushing electricity bills. Every house, every school, every hospital, every factory will have solar panels on its roof, generating its own power. Traore knows that real progress is not about constructing buildings, but about making life easier for every citizen. That's why this project also provides jobs for thousands of young people. Because manufacturing, installing, and maintaining solar panels requires skilled local workers. This isn't just a city, it's a role model for the entire country. It will have modern schools where children learn technology, solar buses that don't produce smoke, and free solar internet zones, connecting youth to the world. Imagine a nation that was once invisible on the world map is now leading the way in environment, renewable energy, and self-reliance. And all this became possible because Ibrahim Traore didn't wait for aid. He took action. If you believe that his journey is not just for Burkina Faso, but a beacon of hope for all of Africa, the Muslim world, and oppressed people everywhere, then don't keep this video to yourself. Share it, spread it so the world can see that real change doesn't only come from great powers. Sometimes a brave leader with sincerity holds the key to revolution. Now tell us in the comments, which of these projects inspired you the most? And if you'd like us to make more such videos that are not only informative but also touch your heart, then subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon right now.